Alright everybody, Talladega Super Roadway. Lots of people want to know how to go fast here. I'm going to teach you guys how to do it right now. So, let's get going to practice.
Any handling comments there in that run?
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to the setup first. Alright, let's take a look at it. Here's what I got for you guys. Look at these spring rates in the front, 1140. That's as low as they go because we want to max everything out at Talladega. Talladega, we don't need to worry much about the handling here. But what we really want to do is we want to make sure that spoiler sticks as high up in the air as possible to make sure that we go fast. Okay, so we're going to do that by having soft springs in the front. Okay, 1140 on both fronts. Then we have our bump and rebound. Let's talk about those. We want those shocks to absorb and go down fast. So we got 10 for the clicks on the left and the right front. And we don't want them to bounce back up very fast. We want that front to stay real low. So let's go with 0 on the rebound on both of these. Talladega, there is not very much grip. There's like rarely no grip anywhere on the racetrack. So what we really need to do is go down to 15 PSI. That's the lowest that NASCAR 25 will let us go. 15 PSI on all four. That'll give us the grip we need. See how I got -7 camber on both of the front tires? And I got -2.5 on the back. Again, Talladega is a road course. We need to have that negative camber all the way around to make sure that we can turn both directions easily. Okay? Pit road is to the left, and then once you get off of pit road, you have to go to the right to get back on that racetrack. Therefore, Talladega is a road course, a super road course, if you will. That's why we're going to go camber in the negative, all four. Okay? But then let's talk about the rear springs. I got these rear springs being super, super strong. We do not want any compression in the back. Okay? We want that parachute up as high as possible. And by parachute, you know what I'm talking about. You want that spoiler high. Okay? We don't want that back to go falling down. But when it does, we want it to pop up real fast. That's how we're going to go with 0 and 10. Sway bar, okay, here's the thing about racing. Tight is fast. We want to be as tight as we can be. So, we're going to put big of a sway bar in the front as we can do. Okay, wheel lock. We need all the extra help we can to turn, so we're going to max that out. Brake bias. Well, we want it to be easy when we get into pit road later, so let's put all the brake in the back tires. You totally won't spin out at all. Okay? Rear end ratio. Talladega Super Roadway, you want it to go extra fast, so let's go with the longest gear possible, so lower that number. Remember, tight is fast, so let's max out the wedge, get all that weight in the right front. Okay, but left weight, this is a road course, we need to be able to turn left and right. So let's take that down to 50-50. We don't want that like you would on a big course, like another racetrack like Daytona. You don't want that 53. You want to be able to turn left and right. So let's max it down to 50. Not max, take it. Okay, nose weight. I bet you know why. We're going to put all the weight on the front nose. Okay, if we put weight in the back, it's going to bring that spoiler down out of the air. So let's put all the weight possible in the front. Steering offset, with this setup, it's going to be super hard to be able to turn to the right. So we need some extra help turning to the right. So we're going to max out the steering offset to help us move back to the right. Rear sway bar, let's not add any extra weight. And if we do, it's just going to make the car loose. And remember, tight is fast. All right, so
How's it going out there?
let's go to the racetrack and see what happens.
Focus on your line. We can dial it in from there. You're clear out.
All right. Work our way up the gears, see what we can do. The goal is 52.161. I bet we can beat that. We're up to 162. On 70, I can see some people coming up and catching me, but you know, they're probably cheating. Alright, going into turns 3 and 4. We've hit up to 176 now. A little bit of tire scrub slowing us down as we turn. Alright, we got high speed of 180 right now. Oh, hit the wall, but you know, tight is fast, so sometimes you risk hitting the wall a little bit. Ooh, 1 minute and almost a minute and a second. Wow, we beat the goal in our first lap, but that's not really fair because the start-finish line is after pit road, so the clock started before. Okay, so let's see what happens on a full lap at max speed. Can we beat 52.161 for the goal? And I'm going to stay out of the draft because that would be cheating if I stayed in the draft. Hey, look at that cheater. Okay, hopefully, you know, they take away his points after the race. Oh, I'm getting in the draft a little bit. Okay, that's not fair for the time. This is going to be a time without a draft, so let's get back up here out of his wake. Okay. Uh-oh, here comes somebody else. Apparently everybody's cheating this week. I don't really know what's going on, but gotta stay out of his draft. Okay, 52.161. Can we beat that time? Yes, I did. 54.479. 2 seconds more than the goal. That is incredible. How can anybody beat that? Okay, unless they're cheating, right? Let's see here. Who's cheating right here? Who is this? Cheater. Okay, maybe I should wreck him next time he goes around. Okay, there's no way he's following the NASCAR rule book. Talladega roadway. There's no way he is going that fast. Okay, and when I was trying to stay out of that, I accidentally hit the wall a little bit. But you know, tight is fast. I am fighting it, having to pull it to the left, but you know, that's a risk when you're trying to go to the road course, right? So sometimes I just needed an extra pull to the right. Look at that, 54 and a half. 2 laps in a row at speed, I beat the goal. Okay, 52.161. That has nothing on me. Okay, this lap I'm going to show you how to get in the pit road. Remember, we put all the brakes in the rear because that totally won't swing us out. Okay, we want all control possible. So let's see what happens when I head into pit road right here, and then we'll call it a day. Look at that max speed, 184. Have you ever seen a stock car go 184 miles an hour? I never have. Definitely not at Michigan or Daytona, or maybe Talladega Super Speedway. But that's not where we are. We are Talladega Super. Oh goodness. Say, uh-oh. All right. Well, what happened there was a bump, and let me go show you. Over here. Let's go back here. See that right there? That little banana? It's like Mario. Somebody put a little banana in front of me. That's why I slipped out. Okay? I should not have done that. Okay? If I didn't hit the banana like Mario Kart, that lap would have been perfect going into pit road. Okay? Well, I hope this helped you guys out, and have a good day. Bye-bye.